Hello and welcome back to FPL Experts, your guide for the Premier League Fantasy for the 21 and 22 season. Game week 1 ended up with 96 points in total. The ranks as they stand are 1282 in Pakistan and 633k overall. Let's do the points review first and then we'll look at the possible transfers in the team for game week 2. Sanchi, the man in goal, got only 2. Most of us expected clean sheet from him, but that wasn't the case. In terms of defense, Tsimikas was the only one to bring in a clean sheet. Soufal created some decent chances. One was even headed in by Antonio, but it ended up hitting the woodwork, thus cancelling out the assist. Shaw only got 1 too. The midfield was magnificent. Bruno unexpectedly scored a hat-trick and returned big. Mo Salah continued his run of scoring on opening days and assisted 2 goals. Greenwood scored 1 too. Mahrez was the only one disappointing. He had his chances but couldn't capitalize. In forward line, Ings and Antonio were the ones among goals. Antonio provided 2 assists too. As for the transfer for game week 2, I have decided to save the transfer. The reason to do so is, we will have a better idea of players in game week 3, the players who are in scoring rhythm, thus making it easier to identify the transfer target. So here is the final team without a change. Sanchez would be the man in goal again. The back 3 will comprise of Tsimikas, Soufal and Shaw. Soufal is a tough fixture, but we may expect an attacking return from him. Shaw has still a lot to offer, I believe, as United has got some good fixtures ahead to capitalize upon. Tsimikas can chip in some points in terms of clean sheet. He was also crossing the ball in pretty nicely and took a shot or 2 on goal. Alongside Mahrez and Salah, the midfield duo of Greenwood and Fernandes is to stay in. Southampton is a good fixture to go against and they may end up leaking more than a couple of goals. Hope to see Fernandes and Greenwood returning big. Of course, without Salah, the Premier League fantasy team looks incomplete. The Egyptian has a great record now and is one of the most trusted FPL assets. Burnley ended up conceding 2 against Brighton, and Liverpool's attack is much better in comparison to what Burnley faced against Brighton. Mahrez couldn't score in the previous game, but he had his chances. The Algerian winger is quite good with the ball at his feet. I will keep him for the week just because Norwich are a defensively weaker side and Man City would be looking for redemption after the defeat they got from facing Spurs. Moving on to the forward line now, we've got Danny Ings, Antonio and Tony. Tony was disappointing in the last game, but he was really close to scoring. He's got a good fixtures against Crystal Palace, who were all over the place in defending against Chelsea. Antonio of course against Leicester with Soufal as I mentioned already in my team. He will be tested and the striker's form looks like he might return some good points. Lastly, Danny Ings really needs to step up his game and start scoring. He's got a chance against Newcastle, who look defensively weaker. Backman will remain the second choice goalkeeper. Eiling is now the first sub as he scored in the last game, following Ben White and Bissouma. The captaincy armband will still be with Mo Salah. A home fixture against Burnley is just too good to miss out on. Of course, with that being said, Bruno Fernandes is the vice captain. Let's hope for a good game week. I will post the final team an hour before the deadline on my Twitter handle. If you want to, you can support me on Patreon too. So this is it from my side. Thank you for watching FPL Experts. I hope you like the new graphics, and if you do so, please like, share and subscribe.